Major League Baseball is poised to hand down lengthy suspensions tomorrow against players caught using performance-enhancing drugs. Yankees slugger Alex Rodriguez could reportedly be suspended through the next season. CP24's Anika Elliott joins us now with more on this story. Anika.
Hi there, Rena. And yes, quite a bit to talk about here, and we just want to break it all down for you. We've got Laith Gafoor. He's a sports lawyer, well, really principal and managing director with Lucentem Sports and Entertainment. And let's talk about this. What kind of penalties are we looking at coming down on Monday? And why is it that we're talking so much about A-Rod? And why are his penalties so much more harsh?
Well, Anika, I think we need to go back. We need to go back to the 94-95 season when there was a lockout. When baseball came back, it was struggling for people to come in and fill those seats. The ball started flying out of the ballparks. It was great for the owners. This was an era of drugs. And so there was the first set of folks that went through these suspensions. Rodriguez is one of the players that straddles both that generation of players and the ones that are here today. He could lose 214 games. That's the suspension the league is looking for. My question to the league is, how can they go after A-Rod in this way when they haven't disclosed anything yet? And in particular, if we look at the way they were treating Ryan Braun, who was just suspended 65 games.
Yeah, so we heard nothing about the details there in regard to Ryan Braun. But why should other players necessarily care about this A-Rod particular situation? Because now we're hearing the MLB has decided not to negotiate a settlement with A-Rod. So can we talk about the implications of this?
Certainly. There's two sides to that. The first is we've heard a lot of players coming out and saying they want the game to be clean. They want their performance and their efforts and accomplishments to be untainted by drugs and scandal. But on the other hand, the Major League Baseball Players Association has to protect those rights. They've been protecting players' rights for over 40 years. Major League Baseball was the first association to have a collective bargaining in place. The challenge that we have is the owners would like to have, in an ideal world, for them to be able to vitiate, terminate those contracts, those $100 million contracts we hear about. In A-Rod's case, $275 million contracts if the players test positive. So the players, on one hand, would love to see the game treated and their performance treated well, but they wouldn't want to go as far as the owners want to take it, which is to terminate those rights under the CBA.
So why exactly? So we're waiting for the disciplinary action to come down Monday. Why can't they just hand it out? Like, why negotiate exactly?
Well, from A-Rod's perspective, he wants to get back on the field. And I know his lawyer, Mr. Cornwell, and what he wants to do is to be able to tell A-Rod, listen, you need to be fit and ready for performance. A-Rod said yesterday he's prepared to go back and join the team in Chicago. So he's done his part. Major League Baseball wants to wrap this all up. Unfortunately, A-Rod's not letting them put it in a bun. He wants it protracted. He wants to be able to stand up and say, well, show me what you have. Baseball wants to wrap it up, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. It'll be very protracted over the next 6, 8, 10 months, even into the following season. The other interest standing on the sidelines is the New York Yankees that owe him well over $100 million. Turns out that if he gets a lifetime ban, they don't have to honor the contract. If he gets suspended, they're on the hook for $61 million.
So they're trying to push for the ban.
They're pushing for the ban because it gets them out of the heavy payroll that they have committed. But on the last part of the issue to look at is Major League Baseball signed a joint drug agreement. The Players Association and the league got together and said, we're going to agree on this. Right now, that whole agreement is in jeopardy.
Wow. All right. Very interesting. Thank you so much for putting this into perspective for us, Laith Gafoor with Lucentem Sports and Entertainment. We appreciate this.
Pleasure anytime.
All right, Rena, it's back to you.
All right. Thank you very much.